We are discussing coordinate geometry, chapter 7. Very important topic. As we have seen in our earlier classes, that if we have a point and we want to identify this point, then we can have a reference. This reference can be x-axis, y-axis, or you can say you can have coordinate axis or planes. And this axis, the distance from say the y-axis is known as the x, basically the x coordinate, or distance from the y-axis is nothing but the abscissa, and the distance from the x-axis, this or the y point, is called the ordinate. If you have a point on x-axis, then y will be equal to 0. If you have any point on the x-axis, with this y-axis, x will be equal to 0. So now what you can do is, you can just plan an activity. You can point or plot all these points and see, just join these and see what you got. So the picture you got, if you can try, please try. But what we are trying to learn here is that this ax plus by plus c, what was that? This was the linear equation in two variable, and this is equivalent to y is equal to mx plus c. Equivalent to, I am saying that this is giving you an idea of a straight line. How about this? Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. This also we have seen to be a parabola. But all these are geometries, like this, like this, like this. So you need to have some algebra or algebraic interpretation of these geometries or figures. Because of this, we will talk about coordinate geometry today. This coordinate geometry is widely used in physics, engineering, navigation, seismology, and art. We'll try to find out the distance between 2 points, then also the area of the triangle, and the section formula also we'll see. Distance formula. Now, my distance from your house, say it is 2 kilometers. How about my distance from sun or moon? How we are going to calculate it? What is the criteria? So there is a distance formula, and this distance formula, I'm just giving you an example. That see, we are again taking a reference as x-axis and y-axis. Now then on this x and y-axis, you have a point called B, and you take yourself as origin. Now this point, just take an example, this is 36, 15, that is 36 kilometer to the right, you can say, and or east, and 15 kilometer to the north. This point is given to you that it is 36 kilometer east of you, and the north, in the north it is 15 kilometer. Now with this figure you can easily see that this is 36, this is 15, and by Pythagoras theorem we can easily find the distance. This is the distance formula. So what we are trying to say here is that we have certain points on an coordinate axis. So we can take some other example. We have a point A, we have a point B. You want to find the distance between A and B. So what you can do here is, if A is 4, 0, this is 4. B is 6, 0, that means this is 6. So what is the difference or distance between AB? 6 minus 4. That is 2 unit. How about this? The distance of D from the origin, or the distance is 8, the distance is 3 here. What is the difference? 8 minus 3, this is 5. So the distance between D and C is 5. If I tell you to find this distance, or say this distance, how you are going to go about this? Well, let us take an example. This is your point 4, 6. This is your point 6, 8. I want to find out the distance between P and Q. So from this coordinates and coordinate axis, this point is, the x distance is what, or the distance from y axis is what? 4. What is this distance? 6. So this is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. This is 2. So this is also 2. How about this distance? This is how much? 8. And this is how much? 6. 8 minus 6 is what? 8 minus 6 is 2. So this is 2 and this is 2. Now if you want to find out the distance again, you can use the Pythagoras theorem. 2 square plus 2 square under root will be this distance. So this will be 2 root 2. But these points are on the same, say, quadrant of your axis. Now you wish to find out the distance between a point 64 and another point which is on the, say, minus 5, minus 3, that would lie on the third quadrant. So what we are going to do, first take these points. Okay. Now let us make a line from this 6, 4 which is parallel to the x-axis, say like this. Let us make a line which is parallel to y-axis, like this. So you got a triangle, and what is the distance? You know by now. This is 4, this is how much? 3, 4 and 3 is 7. So this distance is 7. How much is this distance from here to here? This is 6. So this is 6. How much is this distance? This is 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. So this is 11. So 11 and 7. Now again you can use the Pythagoras Pythagoras theorem. 11 square plus 7 square under root. This will be your distance. Let us try to formalize what we have done in the previous discussion. This is P, take it as x1, y1. This is Q, take it as x2, y2. Now this is x1. This is your x2. What will be this distance? x2 minus x1. This one. This distance is y2. This distance is y1. What is the difference between these two? What is the distance is? y2 minus y1. So this distance is y2 minus y1. This distance is x2 minus x1. Now you can use the Pythagoras theorem. So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square will be this distance. Which will be this distance? PQ. So PQ square will be equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, like this. So PQ can be easily obtained, and this is nothing but your distance formula. Now you understood how we got the distance formula? So if one point is, say, 0, then you get x square plus y square, like this. So the distance from the origin is under root x square plus y square, while on the other terms, if it is not, one point is not origin, or both the points are not origin, then you take the coordinate of the point, means x coordinate, subtract and square, take the coordinate y, subtract and square, add them and take the under root. Let us take example now. These are 3 points. They form a triangle. So these are the points which form a triangle. You have to tell which type of triangle is this. So you take any point like this P, Q and R. Find out the distance PQ by distance formula, and then QR by distance formula, and PR by distance formula, under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So what you got? These are the distance and these are approximate. You just add these two. When you add these two, because these are square, if you add the square of this, means 50 plus 52, this you get, and ultimately you are getting the third line or third distance. So what you have got here is the distance of 1, distance of 2, or this square plus this square is equal to this square. That means these are nothing but the sides of the right angle triangle. That means this angle P has to be 90 degree. So PQR is nothing but a right angle triangle. There is another question, square. So there are vertices. These are the vertices. You can take any vertices A, B, C, D. Now these are the vertices. You have to prove that these are the vertices of the square. So there are 2 things you have to prove. First of all, square has all sides equal. So you have to take AB distance formula, BC, CD and AD. Then the diagonals, they are also equal. So AC square will be equal to DB square. Means they are not equal to the side, but they are equal to each other. So we'll try to find out the distance for using the distance formula, the sides. So AB, BC, CD, DA, these are the side of the square. While the diagonals can be found out using AC, BD. So these are 68, 68 means under root 68, under root 68. These four are equal, sides are equal, and the diagonals are also equal. That means what? These are nothing but the vertices of the square. There is an alternative arrangement also. What you can do here is the square of the sides is equal to 68, which is equal to AC square. And this is only possible when we have all angle as 90 degree. And this quadrilateral with all angle 40, this 90 degree 4 angle, this is only a square. Now these are three girls. Ashima, A representing Ashima, B is Bharti, and C is Camilla. They are they are sitting in the class in these coordinates 3, 1, 6, 4 and 8, 6. Now you have to tell whether they are seated in a line. So seated in a line means if AB, this distance, plus BC, if this is equal to AC, then we can say this a whole AC. That means then we can say that these three are sitting on the same line. So let us find out the distance between AB. You have this 3, 1 and 6, 4. So distance will be 6 minus 3 whole square plus 4 minus 1 whole square under root. This is 3 root 2. How about the distance between B and C, means Bharti and Camilla? It will be this one, 2 root 2. You can add these two and you can find out that the distance is actually equal to the distance of A and C, that is 8 minus 3 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square under root. So because AB plus AC is equal to AB plus BC is equal to AC, these 3 points are nothing but collinear. So they are seated in the same line. Find a relation between x and y such that point xy is equidistant from these two. So if any point is equidistant from 2 points, this point is called as this will lie in the perpendicular bisector actually. So let us see what happens. These are 2 points. Let us take any x comma y. So this line will be the locus, or that line which will be the perpendicular bisector of these 2 points. So x and y, this is what? 7, 1 and this is what? 3, 5. So x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square, this will be equal to x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square. So just equate. X square, y square will get cancelled out. You will get a line x minus y equal to 2. And as I suggested, this line is nothing but the perpendicular bisector of these 2 points. And that is why each and every point on this line will always be equidistant from these 2 points. Now find a point on the y-axis which is equidistant from points 6, 5 and minus 4, 3. On x-axis y is 0, on y-axis x is 0. So you have to find a point on the y-axis. So here you have to find out. So you can just take 0 comma y because there will be no x value. It will be 0 comma y. So 0 comma y distance with 6, 5, 0 comma y distance from minus 4, 3. So this is the distance and you can get y equal to 3. So the point will be 0 comma 9. You can also check AP, you can find out if you take point P, this as P. AP you can find out, BP you can find out, and you can see that these two are equal. Section formula. What is the section formula? Section formula means you have a point A on point B. Take a point P, or let's have a point P, and if we say that this P point is 1 unit from here and 2 unit from here, or you say P divides AB into 1:2, that is AP here by PB is 1/2. This is the section formula we are going to use to find out the point P. We want to find out this xy, which is the coordinate of the point which is dividing A and B in this ratio. So how to find this point? Let us take an example. What is this? From here to here, this is x. From here to here, it is 36. Okay. So what will be this? 36 minus x. What is this? 15. What is this? Y. What will be this distance? 15 minus y. So these two triangles APD and PBC. These two are similar. Why? These angles are equal because these two are parallel lines and these are 90 degrees. So by AA similarity, these two triangles are similar. So AP by PB will be equal to AD by BC, and again AP by PB will be equal to this PD by BC. And we have just found out the distances now. X, this is 36 minus X, this is 5 minus Y, this is whole Y. So you can just point it out here, OD by PC equal to OP by PB, because this is half. So you can take any of these. X by 36 minus X is equal to half, and Y by 15 minus Y equal to half. You solve it, you will get X equal to 12 and Y equal to 5. Then you can also check that this exactly breaks the line or divides the line into 1:2. Now what we have done, let us try to find out the formula of section. How you are going to get it? See, we say that we have a point A, we have a point B. We are trying to generalize it. We have point A and point B. This is point P. This point X comma Y we need to find out. And this point is dividing this internally, point A and B, or this line, in the ratio M1:M2. The way 1:2 was there. So M1 was 1 and M2 was 2. So M1:M2. So we say PA by PB is nothing but M1 by M2, or ratio M1:M2. Now, what is this distance? What is this distance? RS. See, this is X1 and this is X, and this whole is X2. So this distance is X1 minus X. This distance is X2 minus X. Okay. Again, this is X minus X1. Sorry, X minus X1. Now this is Y2. This is from here to here it is Y1, and from here to here it is Y. So what is this distance? Y minus Y1. What is this distance? Y2 minus Y. Okay, you got this? Now again with the similarity, because these two triangles, this one and this one, they are similar because these angles are common, because these are parallel lines and these are 90 degrees. By AA similarity, these two are similar. So AP by PB is equal to AQ by PC, and AP by PB is equal to PQ by BC. So this is PA by BP is equal to AQ by PC, PQ by BC. And we have found out the distances X minus X1, X2 minus X, Y minus Y1 and Y2 minus Y. Let us place in this relationship. That means this relationship. This is what? M1 by M2, and these two are what? X minus X1 by X2 minus X1 and Y minus Y1 by Y2 minus Y1. So in this first case, if you solve it, you get this. If you solve these two, you get this. I'll solve it for you. This one I'll solve it for you. So just cross multiply these two. This will be M X2 minus X is equal to M2. This is M1. M2 X minus X2 X1. Right? So now M1 into X2 minus X is equal to M2 into X minus X1. What this will be? M1 X2 minus M1 X is equal to M2 X minus M2 X1. Now take X on one side. So this becomes, take here this one M2 X1. So M1 X2 plus M2 X1. This we have taken. Now this is M2 X. I am taking X common and I am placing it here. So this will be plus M1. So if you have to find out X, just divide this one M1 X2 plus M2 X by X1 by M1 plus M2. So this is the relationship. This is what we got. Similarly, Y is M1 Y2 plus M2 Y1 is by M1 plus M2. So if you have 2 points X1 Y1, X2 Y2, and a point XY, divide this line in ratio M1 M2. So XY will be, X will be M1 X2 plus M2 X1 by M1 plus M2, and Y will be M1 Y2 plus M2 Y1 by M1 plus M2. This is called the section formula. And if this M1 is to M2, you want to take divided by M2 both sides. So this is M1 by M2 is equal to is to 1. m1 by m2 can be taken as k. So k is to 1. So this ratio also you can take. So if the things remain same, m1 by m2 is what? This is again constant, you can take it as k. K is again a constant. So k is to 1 is kx2 plus k plus x1 by k plus 1 and ky2 plus y1 by k plus 1. So you can have a special case if the line divides, a line is divided by a point in equal terms, means this is intermediate, or you can say it is bisecting. So this will be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, because m1 and m2 you can place as 1, and this will be equal to this example, because this is bisecting. Now we have to find out the coordinates of a point which divide the line segment joining the point these two in the ratio 3:1. So m1 is 3, m2 is 1, this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, y2. Take the formula and just find out x equal to 7 and y equal to 3. Again, in what ratio does this divides the line segment joining these two? So we take it as m1 is to m2. So minus 4 and 6, these are the points of that point, these are the points that is dividing in ratio some m1 is to m2. So you can just use this formula, equate minus 4 with this one, 6 with this one. So if you equate minus 4 with this one, you will get a relationship. 6, you can get a relationship. And now when you solve it, you see m1 is to m2 equal to 2 is to 7. Again, you can just place it in the second one, this one. You don't have to you don't have to solve it for m1, m2, because the ratio is m1 by m2. This is what is required. So m1 by m2 can be found out by the first equation only, this one. You can find out by this only. And in second, you can divide the numerator and denominator by m2 like this. So this will be what? 2 by 7. This will be what? 2 by 7. And you can verify that the second point, the first point was minus 4, second point is exactly 6. This is how you got. You can also do one thing. m1 is to m2, you can say that m1, this minus 4 comma 6, divide it in the ratio k is to 1. That is why we introduced k is to 1. So how did you find out? This is section formula. So this is 3k minus 6, same formula we are using, k plus 1 minus 8k plus 10, k plus 1. You equate minus 4 with this, and when you equate, k is to 1 is 2, k is 2 by 7. So k is to 1 is your 2 by 7, and this is nothing but m1 by m2 only. So 2 is to 7. This way also you can do. Now find the coordinate of a point of trisection, means you have a point A and B, which is 2, minus 2 and minus 7, 4. This is a point P which is dividing it into 1 is to 2 ratio. And Q is dividing it into 2 is to 1 ratio. So 1, these are equal parts. So this will be 1 is to 2 and Q will be 2 is to 1. So when you use 1 is to 2, you can just find out minus 1, 0. And when you find out 2 is to 1, you just place m1 equal to 2, m2 equal to 1. So these are the coordinates. Now find the ratio in which y-axis divides the line segment joining these two. So just take the ratio as k is to 1, and by the distance formula these two will come. These are x1, y1, x2, y2. And now because the question is given that y-axis, you know in y-axis x will be equal to 0, that is the abscissa will be 0. So just place this equal to 0, you get k equal to 5. And k equal to 5 you place in any of these equation, you get y, this one, second one equal to minus 13, 3. So the point will be 0 and minus 13 by 3. This is what you can get. Now if the points this A, B, C and D are the vertices of a parallelogram, find the value of P. And we know in a parallelogram what happens here is the diagonals, they bisect each other. So this plus this by 2 will be equal to, means x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. y1 plus y2 by 2 will be equal to, say this is x3, this is x4, x3 plus x4 by 2 and y3 plus y4 by 2. So 6 plus 9 by 2, 1 plus 4 by 2 will be equal to a plus p. This we don't know. A plus p by 2, 2 plus 3 by 2. And you don't have to deal with this, because you can equate these two and you can get p equal to 7. So p has to 7. The area of triangle. Area of triangle in simple terms, if this is the triangle, if we know the base and the height of this triangle, we can easily find out the area of triangle using half into base into altitude or height. We also seen the Heron's formula, that is, if the side of the triangle is given A, B, C, then we can find out S as A plus B plus C by 2. That is, 2S will be equal to A plus B plus C by 2. And the area can be easily computed using S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. So this is how we get the area of triangle. But how about finding the area of a triangle if the sides or the vertices or vertex of the points are given? See, in this triangle, this is A x1 y1, this is B x2 y2, and this is C x3 y3. If you want to find out the this area of the triangle, what you can do here is, see, this is one trapezium. Why this is the trapezium? Because these two are parallel sides. Again, this is again a trapezium. Why? Because these two are parallel sides. And again, this is also a trapezium. These two are parallel sides. So if we add this 1 with this 2 and subtract this 3, we can get the area of the triangle. So how to get this? I'll tell you one. This one I'll take you. First one. What is this distance? This is x2. And what is this distance? This distance is x1. So what is this QP? x1 minus x2. Okay. This is the distance. Now, if you want to find out the area of the trapezium, it will be half into sum of parallel sides into the distance between the parallel sides. So this is the distance x1 minus x2, and what is the sum of the parallel sides? y2 plus y1. y2 plus y1. Let us see it formally. So the area of triangle should be area of trapezium as just showed, ABPQ plus APRC, and subtracting the BQRC from that. So the area of triangle is half into sum of parallel sides into the distance between them. So the area of triangle would be what? We'll take the first trapezium, that is half into y2 plus y1 into x1 minus x2, as I just explained. Half into x2 minus x1, if this is say x1 minus x2, and then this y1 plus y2. Okay, so this is the area of the trapezium ABPQ. Similarly, we can find out the area of the next one and subtract it from the lower one. So if you just take half outside, you will get this, and this is nothing but the area of the triangle. This is what we need to know. So x1 here, x2 here, x3, y2 minus y3, y3 minus y1, y1 minus y2. So this is the area of the triangle. The area of a triangle, if the vertices are given, you just concentrate on this formula. We are going to directly use it. So if you are having the vertices, these three, we can place these vertices in this formula, and you can get the area as 24 square units. Area comes in square units. Now if you have an area of triangle, you have to find out the area of a triangle. The points are here, so you can just find out, and you see that the area comes to -2, but the area cannot be negative. So this particular expression is always mod, means you will always take the positive unit, positive number. So -2 will become 2. So let me change it. This is the area of triangle with a modulus sign. Now let us go to one more example. We have to find the area of a triangle whose points are these. Just place in the formula, you'll see the area comes to be 0. What does this say? If the area is 0, that means these three lines of a triangle are not making a triangle. In fact, they are collinear. These points are collinear. They are forming a straight line. So if the area comes to 0, then they are not making triangle. They are collinear. If you have to find the value of k, the points are given here, and you have to find out k when these three are collinear. So the best way is to place it in the area formula and make it as 0, because we know the area of a triangle which is the lines are collinear is 0. So k will become 0, and you can place k in this and you'll find it 0 only. Area of triangle is 0. If you have point A, B and C, and there is a point D, 4, 5, these are the 4 vertices of a quadrilateral. Find the area of the quadrilateral. So if this is quadrilateral, I am making some random quadrilateral, say. How can you find out the area? These points are given. Say this is A, this is B, this is C and D. So the best way is to join a line. Now this area you can find out. This can be ABD. Place in the formula. This will be 53 square units. Again, the area of this part, that is the triangle BCD, this will be 19. You just have to place the vertices and you combine this, you add this. This is the area of a quadrilateral. So we have divided the quadrilateral into two triangular region, and you can do in fact with various polygons, dividing them in the form of triangles. So let us summarize what we have learned. The distance between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 are x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under root. And if one of the point is origin, the distance will become under root x square plus y square. If you have a line, means up 2 points, and the third point is dividing in the ratio m1 is to m2, then the coordinate of this point will be m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. This is the x coordinate, and this is the y coordinate, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. If you place m1 m2, this is m1 by m2 is equal to 1 by 1, that is the point is dividing or bisecting, then the point will be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. You can place 1 here and you can find it out. Then the area of a triangle formed by these three vertices is the mod of half x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. This is the area of a triangle. And there are various versions also, because line, this point can divide internally also and externally also. We'll talk about that later. So this is the area of triangle and coordinate geometry. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.